Okay, Michael Prince here. There's been more requests for me to do more videos and speak. So let me tell you about the night in 2012 when I went to Sotheby's in New York and I met the Duke of Marlborough. You've all seen the picture, but I haven't really talked about what actually went on there, so I'll do that now. I arrived with my wife and my mother-in-law, and outside Sotheby's, New York, we were driven up in a car, and there was a mini riot going on outside. There was all police with riot gear on, and there was a lot of people, part of the Occupy Wall Street movement. So I get out of the car, and some guy runs over to me and says, "Hey motherfucker, are you going to go up there and count some money?" And then my wife was walking next to me, and this woman walks up to my wife and says, "Fuck you and your jacket." Like that. So we ignored it and walked in, and I went upstairs and met the guy called Peter Lydon, which was Princess Diana's cousin, and he's a friend of ours, and he advises Kate Middleton and Prince William on charity, on what money to give to what charities. So we went there, we met Peter, and the riot was still going on outside. There was still loads of noise. So we took our seats and we had dinner there, and the Rothschilds were sat, we were sat to the left, the Rothschilds, Evelyn Rothschild and some other people were sat in the centre of the room on the table there. And I finished my dinner, got up and went to the loo, and there was an attendant in there who gives you aftershave and things like that. So I went in the toilet, and it was already agreed upon what was going to happen there. It was connected to Opus Dei, and the attendant was working for Opus Dei, and you don't bring someone like me into a place like Sotheby's with the Rothschilds and nothing's going to happen in there. That's why there was 2 riots in the place on that night. So I'd walked into the toilet cubicle, and there was a compartment above the toilet, a hollow compartment that was already put in there before I went in. And I opened it up and took a Heckler & Koch mini submachine gun out. And on the top of the toilet basement, I lifted that up, and there was a 9mm Smith & Wesson taped underneath it. I cut both the guns, put it in my waist, the pistol, and carried the Heckler & Koch with me. And when I walked out the toilet cubicle, the guy gave me an Opus Dei signal. I simply walked out and got about 10 feet away from the Rothschild table and opened fire on them. Took out about 5 of them with a machine gun, and then dropped it on the floor, pulled out the pistol, and shot the other 4 of them. And the whole place went crazy. Everyone started screaming, running around, and I dropped the pistol and ran up to Haley and my mother-in-law, and we ran downstairs. The riot was still going on at the time, and the noise out the front was to cover up the chaos inside the building. And we basically left out the front door again and got into our car that was waiting for us and left. So the moral of the story is, there's no legal situation that's going to sort this out, or there's no courts, nothing like that. This is the only way this is going to be taken care of. We're not going to collect the public into angry mobs because they're not well trained enough. They're not going to be able to deal with it. So this is the only way to deal with it. Okay, so thanks for listening. Good night.